Matt talked about Matt Ryan, the player Matt Ryan, talked about first day of training camp that you had 40 on the board, talking about getting that 40 number for three-point attempts. How much has that been an emphasis early in camp, getting those three-pointers up?
It's a big emphasis. In order to compete at a high level in this league, we have to have good shooting, take really good shots. We have to get our three-point attempts up, especially because we shot the three ball well last season. And then how we get those threes are important. So we shoot them at a high percentage. We want to get those attempts up, but now adding the ability to be able to drive into the paint, finish, get to the free throw line, kick it out to a teammate for a catch and shoot three.
Trey, what can you just tell us about how it occurred? How is he just like handling it mentally? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, tough news about Trey. He looked really good coming into camp. He was playing well, and so a bit of a setback. I'm not quite sure exactly how it happened, but he's disappointed. We're a little disappointed, but it's a part of the game. It's a part of it. We're grateful that it's not more, and then we'll just see how it goes from here.
Are you, obviously it's terrible whenever there's any injuries, but the opportunity for some other guys to play more minutes maybe in preseason, you think that you have some guys that are going to look forward to having an opportunity?
For sure. We're going to miss Trey to, obviously probably start of the season, we're going to miss him some, and his ability to make shots, his length on defense, his rebounding ability, but to your point, it gives other guys an opportunity to step in and get after it. And we have to be a next man up mentality type of team because we know injuries are part of the game.
Go ahead, Jim.
I know for preseason you don't spend a lot of time scouting the opponent and that kind of thing, and that part of it's not that big of a part of the equation, but you look forward to getting to play a team like Orlando and having that be like a test for the first couple games of preseason.
Yeah, we do. We're all the guys are coming in. We're having really good practices, highly competitive, and I'm sure come Monday they'll look forward to beating up on another team other than their teammates. So we're excited about that.
For whoever you start on Monday, do you have like a minutes range in mind or anything like that?
We're getting close to figuring that out, but more than likely it'll be 20 minutes and under, something like that. Yeah.
And will like everyone play? Do you have an idea of how many guys you want to use Monday or anything like that?
We don't know yet. We're still getting a gauge for how guys feel. We'll know probably more tomorrow, and it's an early game Monday, so we won't have shoot around, things like that. So we'll probably know a little bit more tomorrow.
And do you think not having Trey will affect how much you'll go to that Zion at the 5 lineup early on, at least during preseason and stuff like that? Just because I know y'all talk about having wing length and having athleticism around him and not having Trey, how much does that kind of affect him?
Well, let me correct you. Zion is not a 5.
Right.
Let's make sure we take that out of our terminology. He can definitely become a really good screener and catch in the pocket, but we're still figuring it out. And there's going to be times, like I said, earlier in camp, that we're going to go positions. That could be to start the game. That could be at some point throughout the course of the game. But we're probably going to play more of that than we have in the past.
What have you thought just this first week about DeJounte and CJ, together in that backcourt and those two guys playing with each other?
Dangerous for other teams. Both of those guys are seasoned vets. They understand how to get to their spots offensively. They're playing off one another. Add BI to the mix, and Z, Herb, and Trey, and Tice. I mean, all of those guys, they're playing well together. So we got to continue to work on it. This is adding DeJounte. This is his first time with this group, and so it looks good, but it'll be something that we just continue to work on and get better.
These last 3 years, I mean, you've had, I don't want to say the luxury, but you have Herb. You just put him on the best perimeter guy every single night. I mean, how much this year have you thought about, DeJounte could do that at times, and how to split that up between them or anything like that?
I think it's a luxury for us to have as a team, to have two wing defenders that are all defensive players. It's going to be fun to be able to mix up the matchups and figure out who we want DeJounte on, who we want Herb on. Those guys are talking, and they're setting the tone for our defense, and we want to be a high-level defensive team this season.
I know we talk a lot about point guard being an extension of the coach on the court. How much work have you been doing with DeJounte, kind of making sure y'all can see the game in the same way, and that it's not so much having to communicate during games, kind of just being able to go out there and let it feel?
we're doing a lot of talking, and I love it. You know, he's open to communication. I'm open to communication. We're texting each other, and we want to get it right. Simple as that. No egos involved. You know, he's like a coach. I'm coaching. He's got to run the offense on the floor along with the rest of his teammates, and it'll be constant throughout the course of the year.
Thank you.